Hello, everybody. G&G League special, state of the G&G League and preview of the scenes in 17 final and a little upcoming excitement for season 18. I have here my colleagues Mansour and John Walward. I'm excited to have both of you here. How are you doing, boys?
Yeah, very well. Dialing in from Little St. James. Made the quick trip out just before the final to get some rest and relaxation, really get spiced up for the final. It's going to be a thriller, I think. We've had some excellent games this postseason. Really looking forward to the final, but a bit disappointed. It's actually only going to be 5 on, well, maybe 5. It's going to be a lot of running, a lot of sweating, a lot of difficulty on the court, and it's a real shame we're going to be missing out Val, who's stuck in Belarus, according to sources.
I just got this in my desk, came across, and my source says that, Val is stuck at the border. Seems like a weird reason. What are you hearing, Mansour Massaran, your legal friends out there in Eastern Europe?
Just give me 1 second. I need to wake up. Sorry, I'm in a brothel. Okay. What's going on with Dave Watts?
He's probably with Val, let's be honest. And they're probably in the Middle East doing something illegal.
They didn't get deported?
He's getting deported. Dave is getting deported because Val put his money in the Middle East. And now he's running it through a fake NBA game there. I mean, who would actually do a partnership with, where are they? Dubai, I think, one of those places. Why would you have a basketball game in the middle of the desert?
Look, no one cares about the rule of law, especially what Zach Bland did. Like, you don't even need me here. Like, the rules don't exist. If the black team want to win, they want to win. Oh, sorry, that's not politically correct. Sorry. It's the Notting Hill Knights. If they want to win, they'll say they want to win.
So let's talk about what happened in the semifinals at the beginning of last week. We had quite the controversy. If you read the paper yesterday, you read a little bit about it. We are under investigation, I hear, for the league. What are you hearing, John, about that investigation and what's been going on?
Well, I actually had a front row seat on the court. I was ready to suit up for the Cosa Nostra team, had been pulled in as a ringer, ready to play. We were getting our defensive matchups sorted out, and out of nowhere, well, we have a guest here. Out of nowhere,
Asian correspondent, live from the bathroom, I believe.
He's tech support. He's busy on a call. Let him be.
Okay. He's on a call as usual. All right, fine. Then he's a casual observer of other men talking and maybe other things going on. So, John, back to you. You had a first-hand view of what happened with this ridiculousness.
Wait, aren't you conflicted, John? You can't talk. You're for the yellow team.
I'm actually on Any Given Tuesday, but I was brought in as a ringer for one game only, ringer. One game deal.
One game deal.
It was pre-negotiated. Contract was signed. I was ready to go, had received the signing bonus. And as we were about to tip off, both Nico and Chris Smith, rogues that they are, turned to the other team and said, "Hey, this isn't allowed. What's the commissioner's ruling?" And it was actually Mansour who was in the bathroom at the time. They actually lobbed a note over the door, said, "Is this allowed?" Mansour, I think, well, you can give your response. What did you say to them?
One, it's interesting how they spell loyalty with war. 2, I was having a shower. So I was cleaning myself after some dodgy money laundering activities, and then someone bothered me while I was completely wet in the shower at a potential forfeit of a game. And then I saw you on the other side. Clearly, you want to leave Any Given Tuesday.
Excuse me, are you telling me that, John Walward, were you trying to be a ringer in the playoffs? Because that is a violation of Section 4, Statute 7, Paragraph 3.6. of the G&G rules?
Oh, coach, I would never. I would never. I was brought in on a 1-game deal, and I was swiftly to be reverted back to your roster for any subsequent games.
I've got the iPad. This is like the Epstein list. It's right here. John Waller wearing gold. Not a good look, my friend. Not a good look.
This is like Judas all over again.
Yeah.
I was also a bit bullied by Ray to join for the game. So, needs must.
Sounds about right. All right.
Play me on Black Man. Like, come on, do better, Waller. Do better. You know you wanted to change teams. You know you didn't like it.
Yeah, that was a little low hanging fruit. I don't think that was very considerate there.
He's not even denying it. Look at him. He's smiling. He can't wait for draft day.
It's wonderful that Gary has called in from his IT office to just show us soda and whatever he's eating for lunch. Lovely. He also looks incredibly stressed. He needs more fiber in his diet there. All right. Let's get to it. Let's just quickly the state of the league, and then we got to go to the preview for the finals. But the state of the G&G League, John, you're a relatively new participant, drafted into what didn't turn out to be a great 2 seasons. Can be partially blamed on you. I don't know. You didn't distribute the ball well or something. Maybe didn't spend enough time with John to teach him how to shoot. I don't know. But what are your thoughts on the overall league, the direction, the quality of play, the general idiocy that goes on?
I'd say you only need to look at the pub after the games to see the liveliness of the league. You've seen real good camaraderie this year, real good excuse making, real good arguments towards the referees, just a lot of good, clean competitiveness. We've had some real good joiners or returners to the league. Wally, Jeremy leading their respective teams, also forking out quite a lot of budget from their respective owners. And then we have some real good contributors, the likes of Carson Byer, the likes of Sam Tempest, the likes of Zach Bland, who sadly could only make it through 1 full season before he was pulled away on other business or left of his own accord. Who knows? But I come back to your point, John. I think our team, Any Given Tuesday, was a great team. We could never figure it out offensively. We could never figure it out defensively. We could never figure it out in transition. We could never figure it out culturally. But we had a lot of laughs. We had some fun.
That's a good point. So to that point, man, so you're also a member of Any Given Tuesday, which also means it's unlikely on Any Given Tuesday we actually will have a good game. But what are your thoughts? We have someone in the league that is going on a sabbatical, and he's a long-time member of the league, one of the best rebounders we've ever seen. Incredibly expensive, but barely worth it. But what are your thoughts?
It was a shit team, and I blame the GM.
Seems a bit.
I think that's unfair. I think that's totally unfair.
He
was brought in to be mid-range Manny. He didn't get firing at all. I think he was actually shooting about 42% from layups and quite a bit worse from mid-range. I think Manny was a real thorn in the sides of the AGT team.
I believe
my point exactly.
It's about a team effort. He puts people together. It's an experiment. Some say melting pot. I say a bag of shit. But there are different descriptions for the same thing, really. What can he do? That GM. I heard he's a fantastic leader. But at some point, the team must take a level of ownership and play a bit better. But really, this is not about you, Manny, as usual. Your contribution was limited. So let's talk about Dave. He's moving on, Hall of Famer, really. Any thoughts, Manny, with all the years you've played with him, the contribution he's made to the league, the abuse he's doled out to people, players, league officials, and generally his shitty demeanor?
R.I.P. Watts.
Well, he's just going to the Middle East. He's not dead
He's
yet.
He's not coming back. He's going to change his
Once
name.
they get their claws into him, he's going to convert.
Yeah.
I don't expect to see him without a full beard of facial hair. Well, if he can grow that, and I kind of think that he's going to come back with an all-star squad, full burqa.
Exactly. When he'll quit drinking, so he's a dead man.
Why would you do that? Why would he do that? That
The
makes
Middle,
no sense.
the Middle East changes you. Just look at Lawrence of Arabia. Look what happened to him. It's going to happen to Dave.
I mean, these people have already been there. He's come out of the desert. Who says he won't come out again?
Some people like to return back home. We don't know.
All right. Well, I guess he's just moving on, and good riddance, I guess, mostly. Right. Okay. Well, let's move on from that topic. Lively as always, Gary. Thank you for your contribution. So let's talk about the big final tomorrow. The cheaters will be joining versus the everybody or someone hates Chris. I don't know. Some people do, some people don't. I think they just mostly love. It should be everybody loves Chris. I hear on the rumorville is that they're only bringing 5 tomorrow. And Chris Freeman is going to play the whole game, which means he will play more minutes in one game than he's played all season. What are your thoughts? John, I'll start with you.
Sturkon has really taken up the baton from their youngster who was deported back to the Philippines. RIP Mark Juan. Sturkon is a real kind of grab the bull by the horns kind of guy. He takes the game by the scruff of the neck. He's not going to let that team go down without a fight, and nor is Tom Lawrence. I think people like Mina, like Rich, like Alex Olivares, if they show up, like Lee Parker, they're going to put in a shift, and God damn it, they're going to put in a tough shift. But I think they're going to have a lot of fight to give to the black team. Manny, I think I've heard that Notting Hill Knights are only going to be carrying about 4 or 5 as well, maybe 6. But Zach Bland, rumors are, this is his last contribution to the league.
We'll find out during game time. Looks like he's got some other rules up his sleeve. He may pull them out back, and we'll see what happens. He may even cancel the game and just give the trophy to himself. Those are the rumors. I'm not sure if it's true, but most likely it'll happen.
So that's the rumor here for tomorrow. What do we expect? So Val not making it, clearly. I'm amazed if they allow it back in the country. Let's be honest. You think Dan Cohen's going to show up and actually act like a captain, or he'll probably just phone it in?
Apparently, he's using his AI.
He's more of a spiritual leader for the Notting Hill Knights, I'd say. I actually have seen Chris Smith worshiping a shrine of Daniel Cohen. It's typically their go-to after the Sunday pickup run. They go to the Notting Hill Knights pub, and there's a quiet room sort of in the back area where they've set up a little shrine with incense and candles for Dan Cohen. It's very odd. I won't judge terribly, but I've not seen it work in previous iterations of this. The personality cult, the aura. Coach of AGT has tried to implement a similar situation. Not sure if it's panned out, but let's see.
I think since the season's over, it probably hasn't panned out since they really didn't go anywhere. But there's always next season for a new group of guys, and that's what we look forward to in the G&G. So tomorrow, very exciting. That we'll actually play a game. Hopefully, we'll be there to mostly drink and smoke and heckle our friends because that's really what the league is all about. And to wrap up this, I would offer, see if Gary's interested in talking. It's unlikely. He's still trying to fix someone's login to the computer. Let's talk about a little preview for season 18. Very exciting new season, aka it's legal. So we got some new players joining. We've had some relatively new players that will continue on, surprisingly. It's called the who's going to play with Juice Cheapskates. I can't quite get it out. Sweepstakes. We have some captains, but I do hear that Nadir is a free agent and is looking to play again with his best friend forever, Giuseppe. What do we think about that combination and the chances they have in season 18 and 19 of bringing home a win?
Manny?
Well, it's going to be an interesting smoothie. You got the juice and you got the nadir. We'll see what happens. It's going to be a bit nutty, a bit full of fiber, but we'll see if he'll run through whatever team they can. Score some points.
It's a lethal combination for sure.
Yeah.
Say lethal? Do you mean like lethal injection, like they could fucking die? Or do we mean like they might actually win a game? What's our over-under on the upcoming season if this team can win a game without a ringer? Let's remember, they didn't win a game unless they had a ringer. So
Well, the greatest battles with yourselves. Once they've done that, they beat themselves, then they can potentially beat the other team.
We'll see if the supporting cast is there as well. People like Jermaine joined for one game, sadly had enough, and left the team. Obviously, the culture instilled by Nadir was not quite good enough in the last season.
Definitely.
They can't put the blame on the foot of Juice by any means. I think
No.
the other players really bought into the culture on the green team. So I don't know if it was the treats, the holy cannolis that were distributed during, before, and after the games. If they were special cannolis, I'm not sure. But obviously, Jermaine didn't have quite enough of them to keep him around, and decided to go into hit training or something ludicrous like that.
it sounds like a team Gary would like to be on. He does enjoy a good holy cannoli. That's true. And maybe, as he's done before, he can hang out with his best friend next season, will be drafted by Juice. And that is something he can look forward to.
Yeah. Have they tried turning it off and on again, Gary?
Yeah.
Control Alt Delete, maybe, or power button, something like that.
This is the problem with Gary. Like, this is why people struggle to draft him. He's just so rude. But he was a great fit for the red team. He liked being shouted at. He likes to pretend to be the red.
Inconsistent effort, I'd say.
Red team
Yeah.
and shouting, out of control.
Yeah.
Probably the self-help we're going to need for some of the players after this season. The abuse that the refs got. We'll be lucky if we have any more refs for the next upcoming season. But to wrap it up here, interesting thoughts on some of this. Really very little actual quality thoughts, but that is how we run it. Manny, clearly you should quit your day job. You're better here than that. John, you're on holiday, enjoying yourself, and Gary, as usual, just IT support, but not solving any problems, nor aggressive.
We need a rundown.
We need a rundown. He's contributed something on the recording. Good job. Why don't you go
We
back?
don't speak IT. What's
I'm just
this
saying,
one
when we
then?
do this properly, we need a rundown.
Yeah, we need this properly. We just did it for 20 minutes. I would say that was proper, and there'll be no rundown. Carry on. So, final points.
You wonder why I don't talk.
Manny, final thoughts.
Gary has left the room, thankfully. And thankfully, he's left the red team as well. If he left them earlier, they would have been in the finals.
That's about
I'd
the
say-
most aggressive move we've seen Gary make on any court, right there.
Yeah.
I was reminiscent of 2 or 3 seasons ago when he actually drove to the bucket. That was sadly missing this year. I'd say my early vote for MVP this season, I'd have to put a shout out there for Dave Watts in absentia. Didn't quite live up to his billing on the defensive rebounding front, but he was certainly a demon on the boards offensively, and that's about as good as you can hope for from any player in this league. Averaging about 15 offensive boards a game. That's
Can you really give an MVP to someone that was on a team that came in fifth. Couldn't make it to the semifinals.
Without him, they would have been sixth. So I think
John, let's be honest. Without him, nobody could be sixth. You could have brought, your standard 4 players actually played games, and you would have got into fifth. Let's not forget 6th place, Holy Cannoli, did not win a game.
Holy cannolis, though, the feel-good factor was there. I'd say Dave Watts really contributed quite a lot to make sure that the team that he was on, the AGT team, didn't fall into oblivion. He really rescued that team.
Well, maybe. Probably not, but maybe. So, final thoughts, gentlemen, as we go to the championship tomorrow, and watch, hopefully, Chris Freeman drop, 12 points. Tom Lawrence completely abused
Should we
the Notting Hill 9
on the game?
Point
spreads?
Okay, point spread. Val won't be there.
He will?
He will not be there. You're hearing clearly with a fucking headphone on. You can't hear clearly. Let's just say this. If Black cheats as usual, it's hard to put a point spread on this. But I'm going to go with Black point spread 6.5. Okay, minus 6.5 Black. It may be a bit liberal there. I got to, we'll see. Chris is going to need to have the game of his life. Hopefully his life continues after 40 minutes on the court, but we'll see. I'm going over under low scoring game. Probably about 78 points.
I'm taking Black minus 8.5 over under 85 points.
85 points. Okay.
We need to write these down. Sorry, John, you were.
Well, we appreciate the tech support. And I would say I'm going to go blue minus 4.5. I think the zone will be stifling. I think Serkan, Rich, others, Tom Lawrence will hit some timely shots and keep it close. I think the score will be, or the over-under will be 75.
So let me get this right. You think Blue's going to win this game by more than 7 points or more?
4 points. 4 points.
You said 6.5. Sorry, my bad. By 4 points or more. And Chris Freeman and Rich are playing the whole game. Interesting. Interesting. You sure? Did you have your pills today, John? Okay. Because that's a crazy prediction. But you know what? Who knows? And Mansoor, your thoughts?
I have no idea what you guys are talking about, but I'm just going to say that Blue are going to win maybe by 2 points.
Over under?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Total points.
It sounds like you're
Total points scored in the game.
It's a good thing that you're a better lawyer than you are a gambler, or I don't know at this point.
Well, I've got one person that's trying to sell me subprime mortgages, another person that looks like they're on holiday, and another one that looks like he's in a porn video. So I'm not sure whose advice I should be taking this moment in time. So I'm going to go for blue team by 3 points.
All right. Well, that is the G&G show for Monday, July 21st. We will see you at the finals tomorrow, 8:30 p.m. at G&G Arena. And then we will follow up with post game from the pub the night. And we didn't even say goodbye, did we? So someone left.